Every monster needs somebody to love, and this monster needs you, as the Blues Brothers once sang. I don't know, I'm paraphrasing here. Chris Charlton for WedScottzillaPoop.com. This is Monster Loves You on iOS, also on PC and Android. And I think what you're about to see me do here is my second playthrough. Each time you play through here, you get one of several badges depending on how you did. And what the deal is with Monster Loves You is basically it's interactive fiction. It's kind of a choose your own adventure game slash, I don't know, glorified flowchart basically, that lets you take charge of a monster and decide whether it's going to be a nice, friendly, happy monster or a cruel, harsh, fierce, scary monster. So let's get going here. Well, the monsters start from slime. From slime they are born, from slime they eventually return. So in the meantime, it's your job to kind of forge a legacy for yourself. Basically, I'm going to do precisely the opposite of what I did last time, where I played it very, very straight and very, very honest. So let's see how things diverge. So I'm going to be for actions and attitude. And my dreams will consist of fighting and eating and screaming. So I've earned ferocity there. Basically, you have these different stats down the bottom for kindness, honesty, ferocity, cleverness, and bravery, and the choices you make kind of determine how you do here. And yeah, this is one of the big complaints that I have about this game here is that it consists of text overlaid of just these really static, really nicely drawn, but completely static images. I can't touch these, I can't interact with anything, there's no animation going on, and at any one point, there's one part of the game where I can choose between two different actions, but basically all I can do right here is just hit the same button to bring up the next bit of text. You go, okay. And then you get a question, and you choose. I'm going to stretch my arms because I didn't before. And stretch again. Okay. Sure. It just kind of feels that I'd like to have a little animated sequence. I get the fact that this is going for interactive fiction and, as I said, choose your own adventure as opposed to proper gamey games, so perhaps you don't want to have little mini games of you swimming up here and avoiding these monsters. That's not really the point. That's fine, but you've got these nice illustrations here. I'd like to see them move, and I think given that this is kind of a kiddie game, kind of aimed towards a younger audience, it seems silly that that there's no animation, that you have these static characters that are quite small drawings and they don't do anything. You're just choosing to what shall I do? Resist it, I'll kill it. And I'm more ferocious, great. It doesn't. This is as much interaction as you get with this game. As we'll see later on, there's a few different choices, there's a few different paths to go down, and there's a lot of different endings, as you saw at the start. Really cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Cold. I got honesty points for just watching a little dude die. So it is kind of weird. I mean, some of it it's I don't know, it's not really clear who this game is for, because it seems sort of passages like that are really quite dark for young children, and young children don't want to read as much text as this has without anything going on at all. But at the same time, it's this cutesy monster thing that's not really for adults, and there's no real mechanics to it, and the text is reasonably simply written. It's not doing anything particularly deep with its story. It's fairly easy and breezy and about 20 minutes long. I don't know who this is for, and I think like that's a real big shame. So you go through each of these stages. You see there's a timer in the corner and a percentage. The percentage is how much respect you have. You want to drive that up as much as possible before you move through adulthood. Also, the timer, the 8 days left, that's how many actions you can perform before you move on to the next stage. But actions you can perform are limited towards going on adventures. There's nothing else I can do on the screen. Can't interact with anything. I think I can tap this guy, yeah, and he jumps and says something stupid. That's as much interaction as you have with this world. And again, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with interactive fiction. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But this doesn't really benefit from being a game, and it would be fine. I think this has room to be a really cool, like, interactive kids book. But it needs to be, there needs to be more to it. There needs to be more things going on. There needs to be cool little cartoon scenes. Not what this is, which is I can choose one of these select adventures and you go, oh great, I'm going to do something now. And it's more text with the same pictures, with the same small pictures. Even the background's gone back to being the same. It's just, there's nothing to this. But I'm gonna eat some stuff and be a cruel monster. Oh no, I'm not brave or kind at all. But I'm ferocious. So, there's some room for deliberately playing, badly or, deliberately seeing what other options there are, but it just, it just kind of seems like a bit of a wasted opportunity here, especially considering who this comes from. It's a collaboration between Radio Games and Deja Games. Deja before doing that game, Reckless Disregard for Gravity, which was this amazing, very mechanic-intensive sort of Twitch game, and it's cool that, the next thing, this thing that they're doing is very, very different. But you just kind of want something a bit more to things than this. It kind of feels like it was put together very, very quickly. And perhaps, this is the jumping off point for something cool, but as is, not really something that, that I'd recommend checking out. So as I descend into negative honesty and cruelness and model myself as a terrible monster, I think we'll leave it be there. So for more on this and plenty of other games, wheredoesgodzillapoop.com. But really, Monster Loves You, not really something I can recommend. I don't think the feeling is mutual. Thanks for watching. Bye.